Hey guys, what's up? Tyler here with PlayerSelectGaming, and welcome back to another new tutorial series. And in this series, we're going to be learning about Tinker's Construct, and you can see the Chisel mod series behind me. And I am not going to say that I'm an expert in Tinker's Construct, but I will say that I do know a lot about it, and there's always more to learn, and I will be learning. What are you doing there? And I'll be learning as I go throughout the series as well. But today we're just going to start with materials and you and some of the basic parts of Tinker's Construct, stuff that you need to know before you even get started doing anything else. And so let's just take a look at this book. And if you log onto a server with Tinker's Construct or start a world with it, you should spawn with this book in your hand. And if you don't, we'll talk about that later. This is just going to talk about your recipes, your first recipes, and just getting started. That's boring stuff. You guys can read that. You need patterns, stencils, part crafters, and pattern chests, and tool stations, and tool forges, and drying racks, and there's some other stuff. Let's talk about each one of these in a little bit further detail. These patterns. Now, when you ever craft them, then you can use them, and then you can turn them into something else on the stencil table. Things that would, for example, you'd make this into a pattern for an axe head or something. I'll show you guys how it works. Then you can craft those parts out of wood, paper, or anything else on a part crafter. And then you can put those patterns in a chest. And then you can make tools here on the tool station, basic tools. And then you can make more expensive and fancier tools on the tool forge. And then you can also make a drying rack. You can hang out rotten flesh to dry it up to make, what do they call it? Jerky, I think it is in this mod. And then it talks about ore berry bushes that you can get little ingots from, nuggets actually, slime channels, bounce pads, punji sticks if you want one, barricades, and then grout is important. That's what you can use to make your seared bricks. You need sand, gravel, clay to make grout. Smelt it, you make a brick. And you make seared bricks in a 4x4 or 2x2 actually, and then a smeltery controller. And we'll be going over the smeltery controller and just building the smelter in the next episode. And this is how you make this book if you do not spawn with it in your world. 3 pieces of paper, a string, and 2 blank stencils. And then you can make this book. And then you can get materials in U version 1 by crafting that. And then materials in U version 2 just by putting that in a crafting table. And mighty smelting just by putting that one in the crafting table. And so that's that. And so let's see if we can go through and remember all that stuff. We have a bunch of things here. And so let's just make a bunch of stencils, or blank patterns, I should say. Okay. And we have some crafting tables. Now, since if Chisel mod's installed, or not Chisel, if the Tinker's Construct mod's installed in any mod pack you play, do not use Minecraft crafting tables. Use the Tinker's Construct's crafting station, because this is why. Watch. Wood flies out. Wood stays in. This crafting table is infinitely 20 times better than the vanilla crafting tables. And so let's go back into our book and see what else we have to make. We did these. We need to make a couple stencils. We need to make a stencil table, which would be just blank pattern. We got ourselves a stencil table. There we go. Oops. Let's see what else we have to make. We did that. Part crafter is just a oak board in that, and then a chest in that would be art for that, and then a crafting table in that. Okay. Let's see if I can remember all these things. Probably not. It can also make it into a half slab version. And so that's not it. See, I told you I can't remember anything. Let's just do this. We'll make the part builder. Okay. And then we need a chest, and we're just going to click there and get a chest. Put that on top of there. Now we have a pattern chest, which we can stick beside, I think, this. Nope, that's something else. Wonder if it's beside this one. Nope, that's a different item that I'm thinking of. And then, let's see, what was the last thing? Oops. We did this. We got this. We got that. We need tool station, which is a crafting table and just a regular one on top. And then if you put iron blocks and seared bricks, you can make the fancy tool forge. And so let's go here. Put that there. Now we have ourselves a tool station. Okay. Now, this is where you're going to be making all your tools and stuff. We aren't going to talk about that today. Oops. And now, to make the grout, like we said before, you take sand, gravel, clay. You have your grout. You throw it in your furnace. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Throw it in your furnace and just show the fact that it works. And then you will have sear bricks, which you then can make in a... let's go take these, not that, this. Craft them to make a smeltery container or make regular sear bricks. And then you put that there. Then you can access that. And we'll go over all of this, the whole smeltery, in a future episode, probably the next one. And so that's building those. And I'm pretty sure that's it for this book. Pretty much everything you need to know right now, I've went over. I'm making all this blank pattern, stencil table, part crafter, pattern chest, tool station. I did not make the tool forge, but we'll handle that in a further episode when we actually need it. Didn't make the drying rack. That's not really needed. Further down, we did the grout. We did all this. And that's pretty much it. And so to show you guys how the stencil table works, if you take a stencil, take a blank pattern, then you can get the tool rod pattern. And you can actually switch. You can switch it and cycle between which patterns you want. You only need one of each. And then you can take, let's see, material cost 1. You now made a pattern. Go over here to the part builder. Put in that. Put in the material you want to make it out of. And that's not going to work. Okay, I picked a bad pattern to try to do as an example, because this fletching pattern, it doesn't work with anything. But if you pick something else, the tool rod pattern, and this is probably a special one, you have to use a smeltery or a special material. You can make wood tool rods, which look kind of just like sticks, but I guess they're wooden tool rods. Making out of paper, and all that stuff actually does different things, but we'll go over that in a future video. And since this is connected to the pattern chest, you can then store them here. You can store your patterns, not in there, in here, since they're connected. And you don't have to go in here each time. You can just access this and it's connected, and voila, it works just like that. And now in this materials and you book, it's a little bit more complicated. It goes over all of your tools, all of your materials, and your modifiers. Your regular pickaxe, and you can make just regular tools, pickaxes and swords in Tinker's Construct, but you can make them very customized and add all kinds of different stuff. And over here, it's basically going to tell you what it is: pickaxe, class, effectiveness, what it's effective on, and then what you're going to need: a pickaxe head, a tool rod, and a tool binding, all of which are different patterns. And so if you go through, you have the shovel, hatchet, mattock, broadsword, longsword, rapier, dagger, frying pan, battle sign. Why would you ever use that? A chisel, a hammer, lumber axe, excavator, a scythe, cleaver, battle axe, short bow, arrow. And there's some actually weapons that aren't in here that you kind of have to find kind of by secret. And then material traits. This says, what materials do what. Like some materials offer reinforced, and which reinforced means 10% chance per level of not using durability. So that's all explained here. And here are the different materials: wood, stone, iron, and then it also will tell you the durability as well as the modifiers, full tool durability, mining speed, mining level, and a base attack. Cactus, you can make a sword out of a cactus if you want to. Bones, obsidian, alamite, netherrack, blue slime, green slime. And this just shows you how to make slimy mud and whatnot and so forth. Paper stacks, cobalt, ardite, manilium, copper, bronze, steel, and pig iron. And here are your modifiers. You can use the diamond just to make more durability. Also more durability with an emerald. Increase, this would be more of like efficiency with redstone. This gives you an extra modifier. Auto smelting. And then this shows you how to make some of the modifiers. And then luck, which is pretty much fortune. Sharpness, pretty much, which is, yeah, sharpness. Can't explain that much more. This is fire aspect. Necrotic, now this is interesting. You can actually put wither powers on a sword. And silk touch. And this shows you how to make all of that. And then you can add reinforced, knockback, beheading, which is actually pretty cool. Bane of arthropods, who would ever want that? Smite. And then shows you how to make those. Flux. Now, I don't really use this. You can power your tool, but I've never really messed around with a flux capacitor or, the energy cells. And then you can add additional modifiers with a gold block, diamond, or a nether star. And all of that will be much more explained. Oh, it's dark in here. All that will be much more explained in further videos when you actually see how it's actually done. But this first video is just to introduce you to the mod, show you the basic things you're going to need, and the basic blocks. And you will actually need the fancy tool forge, so we'll just get that. And it's going to try to rain. Thank you, Minecraft and Thunderstorm. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so that's the tool forge. Like I showed you earlier, it's pretty easy to make. This has got to stop. Stop with the rain. But this is pretty much all you need to get started. And we'll go over the smeltery in a further video. But hopefully this first video helped you out in building some of your materials. And if you've lost the book, showed you how to craft the book for materials and you. And next time we'll go over the smeltery. We'll smelt some stuff, show you how you actually smelt items. And maybe we'll even get into some basic item crafting. And so that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully it did help you out. If it did, leave it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comment section below. Also subscribe for more videos and check me out and all my social links. They are all in the description below as well. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.